When I was up the loft, I came across a box, which when I opened up stirred mixed emotions in my cock. It felt a little hard, it felt a little soft. The next thing that I know, I'm feeling sexy up the loft. So I unzip my fly, I pop out my Jap's eye. I have a little wank and I have a little cry. I'm wanking over a pornographic Polaroid of an ex-girlfriend who died.
It'll be alright.
I really miss her, Jesus. Jesus, what the fuck are you doing in Gravesend? The pit was very lewd, she was completely in the nude. She's pulling it apart and she's doing something rude. She's got a hairy crutch, I miss her very much. So I take out my chat and I have a little touch. I'm wanking over a pornographic Polaroid of an ex-girlfriend who died. I'm wanking over a pornographic Polaroid of an ex-girlfriend who died. He's what she would have wanted. I'm feeling mixed emotions in my mind and in my knob. Thank you very much. I didn't mean to start a Kunt turf war.
Mother's cut!
Then my old granddad had a word. He used when things went wrong. To introduce this word to you, I put it in a song. So every time this word gets used, his memory lives on. I'm about to tell you what it is so you can sing along.
Busted!
When they wouldn't let him touch a furry pie.
Busted!
And he got some shrapnel lodged in his Jap's eye.
Busted!
When the German sniper shot him in the cock.
Busted!
When he found a lump on his left bollock.
Busted!
When Milan died and she left him all alone.
Busted!
When he let a bogus caller in his own.
Busted!
When the first black people moved into his street.
Busted!
When arthritis meant he couldn't beat his meat. Fuck sticks, mothers come. Fuck sticks. Well, I do think you could have tried a bit harder with them fuck sticks.
Busted!
Keeping an eye in the second half, right? Fuck sticks, mothers come. So every time I hear the word I start to reminisce. I suddenly taste Werther's and get a fade with a piss. So when someone annoys me or things get on my pip, I think of the moany racist old cunt and really let it rip. When I miss an open goal in five-a-side. When I lost my honours after Nana died. When the teachers told me that I was no good. When the old Bill caught me wanking in the wood. When I'm having it off and I think of my old man. When a little cunt who skid marks down the pan. It's a motherfucker pushes in a queue. When you get called short and really need a poo. When I came a-tumbling off my BMX. When I split my frenulum while having sex. When some smart-ass bastard gives me my comeuppance. When it's ages since I've seen a lady's tuppence. When there's no clean pants, you have to wear your mum's. When your verb won't let you fuck her up the bum. When you feel awkward and you don't know what to say. If you say fuck sticks, fuck sticks, fuck sticks, it makes everything okay. Fuck sticks, mothers come. Fuck sticks. Thank you very much. I was doing a gig at the Bird's Nest in Deptford when the news came through that Michael Jackson had died. Everyone went quiet. Well, most people. I didn't know if I should continue. Then suddenly I felt a strange feeling inside. I went to make an announcement, but when I opened my mouth, hee Shamon was all that came out. Then suddenly I realised Michael Jackson was inside me, much like those young boys that we all heard about. My voice went all high and I kept touching my privates. No one noticed anything had changed. And I suddenly got rhythm and I did a moonwalk. Then dangled little cunt off a balcony like I was deranged. Then a voice in my head said, "Cunt, when you get up tomorrow," it was Michael Jackson, "I want you to spend the day writing a song, tell the story of my life in just over 2 minutes, like you did Barry George." I really like that one. "But what do you want it to sound like, Michael? Shall I make it a slowie, like your ballad, Ben? I could write one in the style of Take That or Westlife." But Michael said, "To be honest, I prefer Boys to Men." But when you get it finished, put it up on your MySpace. If you get stuck on the lyrics, consult an online thesaurus. Then I realised I'd spent a minute and a half setting up the premise, and I had to fit his whole life into one double chorus. Michael Jackson, here's the basic facts. Son, he was born black, he died white, and in the middle he fiddled with kids. Wacko, Jacko, died of a heart attack. He won some awards for his records, he fucked up his face, won $1 billion quid. He was born black, he died white, and in the middle he fiddled with kids. Thank you very much. Have a little wank and I'll see you in 15 minutes. I needed a piss. I went to the toilet so I could do this. But someone had stuffed some bog roll in the urinal, and someone else had had a piss there and it was all full. So I thought to myself, that's no problem at all, I'll just relieve myself in the cubicle. Luckily there was no one in there doing a shite, but when I opened the door I saw a terrible sight. For fuck's sake, I only wanted a slash, but the bloke before me left bangers and mash. Bangers and mash, bangers and mash. The bloke before me left bangers and mash. He could have flushed it away, but he did today. He thought, I'll let someone else find me bangers and mash. I tried to block it from my mind, but I was unable. I wanted toilet paper and a freshly laid cable. And it was fucking massive. It looked like Heather Mills' stump covered in fake tan. With a little bit of sweet corn on the end. I gave it a flush, but it just wouldn't budge. The bog just filled up with water, toilet paper and fudge. There's a knock on the door, and I think in a flash, the next bloke's gonna think it's me that left the bangers and mash. Honestly, mate, I'll give you my word, that wasn't my bog roll, and that wasn't my turn. Bangers and mash, bangers and mash. The bloke before me left bangers and mash. He could have flushed it away, but he did today. He thought, I'll let someone else enjoy me bangers and mash. Bangers and mash, bangers and mash. The bloke before me left bangers and mash. He could have flushed it away, but he did today. And now the next bloke, so I left the bangers and mash. Bangers and mash. Thank you very much. The other night, I suddenly awoke to the spectral shape of this ghostly bloke. He was floating above me, just there in midair. He had a shell suit on and a mop of blonde hair. He said,
"Kunt, it's the Jimmy. I've returned from the grave to attempt with your help my reputation to save."
He said,
"Now then, can you write me a song to explain what's happened with those girls in my dome?"
I said, I'm not sure, I'd have to hear that explanation in case people think I'm a pedo by association. And this is what he told me, it was sexy kids, made Jimmy Savile do what he did. Those kids weren't consenting, his shell suit marks were tempting with his feelings for the sexy kids.
Now then, about that then.
So Jimmy's ghost continued to maintain he'd done nothing wrong, and he tried to explain he had a cigar on his lips. And by that I don't mean that he was desperate to use a latrine. He said,
All my good work will now be forgot because of my penchant for underage boss.
He said,
surely those marathons and charity races offset my spunking on teenagers' faces.
I said I'd write the song to get rid of his ghost, but then he told me one more time what bothered him most. It was sexy kids, mate. Jimmy Savile knew what he did. He got them in his rolls and fingered their holes, then gave charity a load of quids. Jimmy Savile and the sexy kids.
Marvellous, marvellous, just don't tell your mother.
Thank you very much. People think it's a glamorous life, touring with your songs. But after the gig, everyone goes home and the nights can seem so long. The pretty girls have all got boyfriends and they all go home to have it off. I'm left alone in a chain hotel, trying to imagine them having it off. But it's then there's no way I can dodge a lonely wank in a travel lodge. A lovely wank in a travel lodge. A lovely wank in a travel lodge. A lovely wank in a travel lodge. So lonely, but a little bit sexy. I start to think of all the lonely salesmen who went here before me. They didn't want to pay 10 quid for Wi-Fi, so they just used their 3G. When I'm finished, I'll fill up the tiny little kettle and I'll make a cup of tea. The batteries are held in with electrical tape on the remote for the TV. Sometimes I do it in front of the mirror just to feel like there's someone else there. But all I see is my crying self wanking back at me in despair. The pretty girls have all gone home with all the handsome boys. I just spent 2 quid in the vending machine on a bag of steak McCoys. Now some jizz from my nuts I'll dislodge via the medium of a lonely wank in a travel lodge. 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 When I was a young boy, this kid Neil, he pulled the wings off of daddy long legs and little flying things. The girls all flocked around him just to see the skill he'd mastered. When I asked him why girls liked him, he said, women love a bastard. So when I grew up, I must admit that once or twice I went out with girlfriends and I tried to treat them nice. Every time I did that, it just ended in disaster. Then I remembered Neil's advice, so women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. I'm quickening up my pelvic thrust so I can climax faster. Then I have a fag and fall asleep, cause women love a bastard. So when I met my current bird, I had to hatch a plan to attempt to be a bigger bastard of a man. She cooked a meal for Valentine's, I tried to play it cool. I took one mouth and spat it out and threw it up the wall. When she posted Facebook status, I never once clicked like. On that cycle ride for charity, I pushed her off her bike. I left her in the hospital with her leg in plaster while I went round and fucked her mum, cause women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. She broke down in church and ended up asking the pastor why I did it. He replied, cause women love a bastard. I bought her at 99 from that ice cream place. Then when she went to take a lick, I smashed it in her face. She's got an aunt with Alzheimer's who's not allowed out. I left her in her underwear on Bentley roundabout. Then when she did that fun run to raise money for the hospice, I went round, got her toothbrush and I stuck it into the dog's mess. I rinsed it off with water and before she went to bed, as she brushed her teeth, I texted her and this is what it said. Dog shit, you brush your teeth with dog shit. Dog shit, you brush your teeth with dog shit. I never come straight home from work, I stay out and get plastered. I do it just to turn her on, cause women love a bastard. I super glued her eyes open and I must concede I made her watch the sequel to the Human Centipede. I took her away from all her friends and got her hooked on crack. Then I forced her to go on the game so she could pay me back. But it all backfired on me as she walked out today to go live in a refuge where abused women stay. So now I sit outside her window with a ghetto blaster and play Slipknot till 4 AM cause women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. Bastard, bastard, women love a bastard. If you ask me why I did it, all your query would be answered. I was only trying to make her voice cause women love a bastard. I was only trying to make her voice cause women love a bastard. Now we all know what Ian Watkins did. It said my mate Paul in a rage. See, he just had a baby himself, so he went on Ian's Facebook page. He left a message saying you were sick and twisted and I hope you die. But when I saw it on there, I commented, whoa, and here's the reason why. I said, you got the wrong Ian Watkins, mate. Is that what's made me smile? You just called the bloke from Steps a twisted paedophile. He shares a name and was in a band, the similarity ends there. He'd never fuck a baby, just ask Lisa Faye and Claire. Now my mate Paul was so embarrassed, he went online to apologise. But when I saw what he had put, I couldn't believe my eyes. It only got mixed up again, Ruffle. So I said, you got the wrong Ian Watkins, mate. Is that what's made me smile? You just said you're sorry to a twisted paedophile. You've got the wrong Ian Watkins, mate. That must be hard to take. You've just apologised to H's kid fiddling namesake. But then I thought to myself, what if the old Bill got confused, just like my mate Paul, by two pop stars that share a name? Maybe I should give them a call and say, Megalols, have you got the right Ian Watkins there? Have you considered maybe, what if it was H from Steps that tried to rape that baby? And they'd say, we've got the right Ian Watkins, mate. Your song is a disgrace. CH has never taken meth or pissed on a schoolgirl's face, as far as we know. Give it up for Castle! I'm going to tell you a little story about my paper boy. Paper boy. It's not a very happy one, won't bring you joy, but they'll bring you joy, but they'll bring you joy. My paper boy looks just like this girl who I used to fancy at school. I never plucked up the courage to ask her out, cause she was always a bit too cool. But now I'm older and more confident, I'm going to turn back the clock by tricking my paper boy into my shed and introducing him to some soft pornography. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Paper boy, I never thought that I would rape a boy, till he came along now singing this song about raping a paper boy. Paper boy, I never thought that I would rape a boy, till he came along now singing this song about raping a paper boy. He delivers the local news on a Thursday afternoon. I hear him whistling down the path, but he won't be so cheerful soon. His family will be on the TV news putting out a tearful plea. But he isn't dead, he's trapped in my shed, crying and waiting for me. dressed in a girl's school uniform. 1, 2, you gotta sing along now. Paper boy, I never thought that I would rape a boy. Till he came along, now I'm singing this song about raping a paper boy. Everybody now, paper boy, I never thought that I would rape a boy. Till he came along, now I'm singing this song about raping a paper boy. Of course I haven't raped my paper boy, that's as twisted as you could get. I've restricted myself to having a wank watching him from behind my net. I know some blokes will hear this song and try and give me a fight. But last week he turned 16, so legally that's alright. 1, 2, at least I'm not a pedo. Paper boy, I never thought that I would rape a boy. Till he came along, now I'm singing this song about raping a paper boy. One last time now, paper boy, of course I'd never really rape a boy. I know that it's wrong, I'm just singing a song about raping, till his arsehole's gaping, raping a paper boy.